kids love music. It's something which kids are passionate about and quite emotionally sensitive to. And so once we get upstairs and we're eating the pizza, I start to talk about the techniques. We start out with relaxation. Relaxation means that the body is calm and settled. A benefit of this is that the kids who learn it can usually pay more attention in class and move through their day more easily. They can also go to sleep more easily. The second technique that we work on is called sound. We simply pay attention to external sounds. That also is useful in school because it helps them to pay more attention. And it's useful for paying attention to their entire lives, being more aware through their lives. The third technique will be feel. We move into an awareness of emotional sensation in the body, something which teens are uncomfortable with, but the reason they're uncomfortable is that they want to understand emotions so much. There are so many emotions that to be able to work with them immediately provides an enormous benefit to their lives. Finally, we go into focus on good things that the kids hope to have in their lives or hope to become themselves. This is the source of inspiration in the techniques and is the culmination of the work we do each day. When they express themselves, I never encourage content-based answers. I always encourage an answer based on what was going on with the technique. When teens are encouraged to talk too much about the content of their thoughts, things can become very uncomfortable, comparisons arise, arguments begin. That isn't useful. What is useful is to ask how the technique was going. What was your experience with this technique? And under those circumstances, teenagers very quickly describe astonishingly deep experiences in their mindfulness. There was one boy at one point who asked, he said, you know how it is when you like a girl and you want to get to know her and you want her to get to know you. And you want to know who she really is and you want her to know who you really are. But every time you're around her, you act like someone else. Why does that happen? This is a brilliant question. It's a question which encompasses a great deal of our lives. And ultimately, if it's traced back to its origins, can be found to describe for us, to point us in the direction of the reason that so many of us live unfulfilling lives, or lives that aren't as fulfilling as we might hope. When he asked the question, I could only say that's a great question. And I can give you techniques to explore that question. When you've clarified the question will become the answer. When I do focus on good with the kids, intentionally don't define it any more than that, because I want them to find their own definitions. But I can tell you some of their definitions. Some of their definitions are, I will make a lot of money when I get older. I will buy a house for my family. I will get an education. I will go to Europe. I will show that that girl at school is wrong. Things like that. These are some possible examples of different ideas that they have. Then there are some big ones which come up occasionally. I will stop global warming. I will end war in Africa. I will improve the environmental conditions of the world. These also are certain things that they talk about. Any of these for me are fine. That isn't the point, because I don't consider there to be an end point in any of our discovery of what good is. As far as I'm concerned, whatever you think good is good. The question is, are you exploring it? Are you really looking at it? Are you finding out if that's really fulfilling to you? And that's the technique that we use at the end.